What's up, guys? It's Ryan back from the Broad Street Trades with another weekly swing recap. No intro here. Let's just jump right into it. Yeah, yeet. All right, so this week I actually got clapped. I finally got clapped. I've been on a crazy tear, but I finally got clapped. As you can see here with these red days. Overall, the account is still up 274%. So far, we're still overall up. For the week, we're up $377. We were up a lot more until we got clapped. But that's just trading. That's just how it goes sometimes. As you can see for the month, every month has been green so far. Let's just jump right into the trades. So we started the week off closing Baba. As you can see here, the Baba swing we actually got out for average of 760. I don't think I have to go too much into why that wound up being a crazy play. They actually had dropped news out that they were actually getting the lawsuit closed. Now, see, the reason why they jump so much when people don't understand about what happened with Baba is that Alibaba is that they actually got off with a slap on the wrist. So people thought they were going to get demonopolized, meaning they was going to break the company up into pieces. And instead, what they did was just get a fine, which is literally a slap on the wrist. I think the fine was like $2.9 billion, which is nothing compared to their revenue stream that they have every year. Plus, they had, I think, well over, it was something like $25 billion in cash. So that was literally nothing for them. So Monday opened, we got in long over here, and Monday opened, it just gapped up. I didn't catch the top on all the contracts. I caught the top on one of them, well, kind of the top. So I closed one for about like 650, and then I closed the another one for about 940, and I think the high was about like $12 per contract, which is okay with me for a total gain of $1,100. That's definitely the biggest trade so far as winning. You could say it was luck, but it never gave up my demand zone, which I was playing off of, and I knew a big move was coming. I was talking about it all week. I mean, yeah, I got the news from from them having not being demonopolized. Sorry, I can't get that out. That helped me out a lot, and you can call up code if you want. But I was expecting a big move. My target actually, there was a line here, was actually 240. I had the 235 calls, so I really expected those to go in the money this week, but they just went in the money a lot faster and a lot more violently than it would have took all week. As you can see, it actually traded sideways for the rest of the week. So it didn't actually even move much for the rest of the week. But 240 was my target. Hit a high of 244. So not bad of a trade. We closed beyond for a loss here, so 48% loss to the beginning of the week. No complaints on that one because everyone was euphoric over the Baba. The people who did swing it, Baba did hit like 35% the first go around, and people closed for that also. So people didn't catch the whole move. I was right about Beyond, just wrong about the move. We got in last week around here. Around here. It wound up stopping us out. And in hindsight, we should have held. Because we had the 140 calls. The 140 calls actually went into the money the day of expiration, and they were actually worth like up 150%. So right about the move, wrong about the time. So Monday morning when it opened up, it actually dropped through my zone. I alerted to stop out, but it bounced off my trend line here, this wedge here, that it just burst out of, and I was expecting, used it for support, and now it should run again to the next target of 144. That's just unfortunate. That's just trading. Sometimes you get stopped out. Market makers do this on purpose. They stop you out, and then and I'll show you about NIL. They stop you out on purpose and continue onwards to the right direction. Next trade was Space, 30 calls for 521. Now this one is super unfortunate. So kind of like Baba, but in the opposite direction. It actually wasn't my fault. I mean, bad news came out. So what happened was we got in long around here, and I was speculating that this was going to create some new demand here, and then it was going to take off, break the support here, and run up to this trend line at the bare minimum sometime this week. But what happened was the CEO Branson actually sold like $150 million worth of shares, and it sent the stock dropping and just plummeting for like the whole day. So there's nothing you could do with overnight swings. The news actually came out like 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I can't do anything with that. That's just unfortunate. Sometimes events do happen like that. That's why swing is so risky. I personally like to day trade the most, but swings are nice to get into when you're expecting moves. So next was UAL. UAL actually was profitable, very profitable the next day. So we got in UAL here on this day, and the next day, so it actually pulled back a lot, but the contracts didn't move too much. So I think we were down like 25% at one point. So I alerted to either average down, you could average down, or there was a better starter position because I knew it was bouncing off my trend here. So they want to be in up 50%. 30% that day. So if you'd average down, you actually would have been up 50%. But they were up even 25% the day of. And then the next day it gapped up big. The next day it gaps up, and I alerted an exit for 50%. I personally didn't close for the 50%. I felt like there was a lot more on the table to be had. A lot of people did get out for the 50%. I personally did not get out for the 50% on the contracts. But I might have made an error there because, obviously, it's actually sitting breaky right now. Obviously, who doesn't want to get 50%? But I might have made an error as far as Delta Airlines reported this day. So what happened was Delta Airlines actually didn't have great earnings, so it actually pushed airline prices lower. So I should have took the 50% in hindsight, but I literally have like a month's worth of time. So I don't mind holding it too much. So that was actually a 50%er that I did not close for profit. That's on me. SPY, this goes without saying. It was just a hedge, as you can see here. So I took the 411 puts. In hindsight, I should have got more time, like I was telling other members to do. I was actually recommending getting the 430s, 400 puts instead of getting these ones because it was so close to expiration. As you can see, I got in the 12th. The expiration was the 14th, but I exited on the 13th, which was the next day. Just because, as you guys already seen, the market's been up a lot. The market's pretty high. I do expect the market to pull back here. So if I pull up the SPY chart for you here, something I'm watching. So SPY actually is all-time highs, like every single day, every single week. So SPY actually kind of made a doji here. Is actually, the volume was actually exceedingly well, like in its RSI is overbought, but the volume was a lot. There's a lot of volume. The last time it was this much volume was on the 5th, and I'm expecting it to pull back. So I got on the puts this day, the 12th. I closed them this day, but if I would have held them another day, if I would have held them one more day, those 411 puts would have actually been in the money, and I'd have been in profit for about 25%. I was still keeping track of them for people who was holding them. But yet again, I closed for a loss because I just didn't want to keep, swinging puts with the market, keep reaching all-time highs. Another winner I just let go out of my grasp happens. I just couldn't trade well this week. I just couldn't trade well. It was literally nothing I could do all week. It was just one of those weeks for me. It's unfortunate. So NIO, we swung calls here. So this is actually another one of those funny trades for me here. So NIO is actually in my demand zone, and we entered here, and I was expecting, because market was closing, and then I seen buying pressure coming in, and it was bouncing on my trend line. So I alerted to swing. This one I alerted to swing here. My target was the top of this trend, most likely the supply zone, and if we could have got to this supply zone up here at 41.50. So what happened the next day? It basically gets under the trend line, sells off for the whole day. I hold another day, and I'm expecting a double bottom to happen. I alerted if it double bottom, I would like for it to double bottom here. That'd be really great. That'd be bullish. And what happens is it literally wicks down, wicks me out, literally wicks me out. I alert a stop out, and then it runs for the rest of the day. And the contracts actually want to be in up for some who average down and break even for most. So it's another play that I just played really, really bad. Hindsight, I have a lot of time. It technically never gave my demand zone. If you're watching on the higher time frames, it never technically gave my demand zone. It closed in my demand zone. So this is actually very bullish. I'm looking to actually re-enter NIO this week as we speak. So as you can see here, I closed for a 35% loss. So I actually had a started off really well with Baba. I started the week up with Baba and Beyond Meat at up about $1,200 for the week, and then 4 big losers, which is super unfortunate. But that's literally just how it goes sometimes. You can't overreact when those things happen. It's all about capital preservation. So plays I cut that wind up being okay, like NIL. That's just unfortunate. That happens. The spy puts that things like that just happen. You got to just keep taking your setups every time you see them, and play the odds, and that's all you really can do. So far still up, still green. I'm looking to possibly have this back up to, it was at 400% profit at one point. I was up 400% at one point, so I'm trying to get it back up to 400% profit. Back up the base of the $2,000 profit. Once I get this account up to 5K, I'll probably start a different challenge, maybe possibly maybe a 1K to 100K. That's all. If you like plays like this, you like plays like these. You can join my Discord in the description. You go up here to gold sign up. Click this. This will send you to my website. And there you go. Till next time, guys. Take care.